Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Crossing the Line. As always, I am Sergio Cano, and these boys are Matt Intrikin and Brian Kilman. Fellas, how are you guys this weekend?
Doing great, Sergio. The weekend was good up until about 7 minutes left in a certain event last night.
Yeah. What about you, Brian?
My weekend was all right. I was sick for most of the weekend, but got a lot better once the Super Bowl was over.
Glad you're here. And, well, let's talk a little bit about the Super Bowl. I know there were some bets going on between you two because that's what you guys like to do. And it looks like Brian got his sweet revenge on you. So what happened is that Matt betted the 49ers would win, right? And you bet the Chiefs would win. And it kind of was looking like you were going to win this bet again.
I thought I was going to go 2 in a row.
And
winning streak.
Unfortunately, football, there's a lot of momentum shifts in it, and it favored in Brian's, favor. So, Brian, can you tell us what you did to young Matt here? What exactly did you throw in his face?
Here's what happened. We made the classic bet, the lemon meringue pie to the face bet. And this morning I went to the store, and lo and behold, they're out of fresh lemon meringue pie, just as Matt would like, so that I couldn't pie him. But Matt didn't think that there'd be lemon meringue pies in the frozen section, so I went over to the freezer section, got myself a nice lemon meringue pie, and I thawed it a little bit. I'm not a monster. And then later today, I got the sweet relief of throwing that pie in Matt's face.
Yeah, so now I have $50 worth of lemon meringue pies in my fridge. So,
Nice.
gonna have to find a way to eat those. If you need a lemon meringue pie, I got some.
And lucky for all you audience, we have footage of this disastrous pie mayhem chaos to Matt's face. So watch that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it just as much as we did. Well, not Matt, but you get it.
The Chiefs can play in a shootout
fair.
with anybody.
That's fair. But luckily for the 49ers, they don't have to rely on their running game. They have a better quarterback than Ryan Tannehill.
I don't know. Tannehill was looking good to me.
What?
It's looking good to me, but we'll see.
We will see. We'll see.
You want to put a bet on it?
Let's put a bet on it.
The usual?
The usual. Lemon meringue pie bet.
Lemon meringue. All right.
All right, you're taking the Chiefs. I'm taking the 49ers.
That's right.
It's on.
How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everyone's having a better day than our boy Matt here. Just to give you guys a little bit of a rundown, he bet that the 49ers would win, and Brian here bet the Chiefs would win, and we all know what happened. So Brian has a nice little pie right here that's going to go straight to Matt's face, maybe up his nostrils, who knows.
Ooh.
Brian, what are your tactics for this legendary throw? You get payback on him. You guys all remember what happened last time. What's your tactic here?
Last time, Sergio, Matt hit me with a really hard one, got really in the ears, but I don't know if the ears was the most hurtful place. I think, like you mentioned, I think sort of going up with it, up the nose is the way to go. I think that's my tactic today, Sergio.
Well, any last words for you, Matt?
Well, Sergio, all I can say is it is not a good afternoon.
Let's get this underway, fellas. We got audience waiting.
Wait, hold on. I think it's something here.
Oh, Matt's got something mysterious here. Oh, he came prepared.
Ooh.
I got a poncho.
Came with the rain poncho.
Wow.
All right, there's the sleeve.
What type of pie is that, by the way?
Lemon meringue, Sergio.
Lemon meringue.
It's the standard for pie
The
throws.
standard
I'm
for the
crossing
pie,
the line.
yeah. Definitely looks like it.
There we go.
All right.
All
All right.
covered here.
Alrighty.
You're in the elements. Brian definitely had the more fortunate pie throw.
All right, you ready, Matt? Ready?
Sure.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh my! He's gonna need a concussion protocol after that. That was not.
I feel like Rob Gronkowski.
Oh my god! Oh man, that was good stuff. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Pretty good. Screw you, Brian.
Wow. Matt, that looked pretty painful. Brian really, gave it his all. Didn't let up at all.
That pie was thick.
Yeah, I bet. It was cold out there. You could
It
feel
was snowing.
Snowing. It was snowing for sure. Any
That-
comments about that?
That hit with the thud, Sergio. I felt like Rob Gronkowski taking a helmet-to-helmet hit. And I had to get put into concussion protocol. That was tough.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised you're on the show right now.
I know. My hair, I'm going to have to take a shower there. Need some good shampoo.
Oh,
But I
man.
made it through it. It was all right. Brian's lucky. It tasted good. So, silver
It
linings.
is a good tasting pie. Personally, I gotta thank the Chiefs for that one. When I was at the store this morning, I said, just went up to the cashier. I said, just bill it to the Chiefs. And the cashier said, what do you mean? I can't do that. I said, no, okay, bill it to the Chiefs. And she said, no, you gotta pay. So I said, okay, I'll send my receipt. I got it right here. It's in my pocket.
Oh, yeah, nice.
I'll send it to the Chiefs front office. Say, Mr. Hunt, just pay for this real quick. I had to buy a pie to throw on Matt's face. I'm sure you guys can cover it.
Just find
I'm
the
gonna have to
address.
find my receipt from the Nationals.
Right.
From the Nationals. when
Oh,
I
he's
played with
going
them.
way back.
Ooh.
He is going way back. Well, since we opened up talking about the Super Bowl, Andy Reid got his first win yesterday, Super Bowl win, sorry, and his 222nd victory as a head coach. He finally captured that elusive title. Where would you guys put him in the all-time ranks right now? Obviously, there's been great head coaches, Bill Belichick, Vince Lombardi, Don Shula, Bill Walsh, and then you got a lot of current ones, Pete Carroll, Mike McCarthy, Mike Tomlin. Where do you fellas believe, is he top 10, top 15, top 6? Where exactly? I know he hasn't really had a lot of star caliber teams. He's really good at, connecting with his players and really bringing out the best players, and he's had to deal with some dramatic players throughout the years and situations that never really favored him in his coaching experiences. So it's good to see him, finally climb up on top. So, Matt, where would you place him?
Yeah, Sergio, make some great points. I think that greatness in coaching comes down to, can you do a lot with a little? Can you win the big games, and do your ideas transcend the game? Do you cause a lot of mimics and a lot of people to copy your style? And while Andy Reid, he's the 7th winningest head coach of all time, I would only put him top 10 or top 15. I don't think he'll ever be top 5. Maybe he'll win 1 or 2 more Super Bowls. I'm sure he'll win at least 1 more with Patrick Mahomes. But right now, maybe top 10, top 15, sure. But I think the fact that just now, after 21 years, is he winning his first conference championship and his first Super Bowl is something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
That being said, 21 years and only 3 losing seasons. One of them was his first year ever head coaching. The other one was a weird year where he lost Donovan McNabb due to injury and had to deal with the whole TO show. Mm-hmm. But I think that Andy Reid is a coach that everybody loves, that players love. He's a very personable guy. He's a great leader. He's going to be the first person to get into the office and the last person to leave. For those reasons, he's a great winner. In 21 years, he's only been on 2 teams, so he's consistent. He knows the game as well as anyone. I think that puts him a top 15.
Brian?
Sure. I'll agree. Certainly top 15. I think he slips in the top 10 because he's had 21 years as head coach, 14 10-win seasons, 5th in all-time playoff appearances, 7th in all-time total wins. And there was always that asterisk in his record. He didn't win a Super Bowl. He couldn't get it done at the Eagles against the Patriots in 2005. And then he couldn't take the Eagles to the Super Bowl again. And then he couldn't get the Chiefs to the Super Bowl until this year. And he's finally got it. He's coached the 4th most playoff games. He has the 6th most playoff wins. And like you mentioned, everybody likes him. Sometimes it's easy to root against the sort of the perennial loser because you got to have someone to make fun of. But nobody picked Andy Reid to make fun of. Everybody wanted him to win yesterday. All the players, a lot of other coaches, even we even saw LeBron James get on Twitter and congratulate Andy Reid.
Right.
So I think that he slides into the top 10, maybe top 15 for sure.
Right. And he has arguably one of the most talented rosters that he's had in all his years. The offense was just completely loaded and extremely fast. It looked like a bunch of track players out there. So yeah, I agree. He's probably slips around there somewhere in the top 10. Don't know where exactly, but
Well, yeah, and I think to be the elite of the elite among the Bill Belichick's, Don Shula's, and Paul Browns of the world, you have to do more than win football games. Mm-hmm. Those guys transcended the game in some way. They changed the game, how we think, how we create teams. Mm-hmm. Like Paul Brown, I looked him up, and if you want to learn about the history of football, look this guy up because he invented the playbook, and I think he's the father of modern football. And he did so much for the game, and I think to be considered among that top 5, maybe even top 10, you got to do a lot for the game, not just win football games.
Mm-hmm. Sure, I agree, and I think the tough thing is to compare sort of pre-Super Bowl coaches to not Super Bowl era coaches, and compare when there's fewer teams and when football is less developed. It's always tough to compare when coaches were winning 6 championships in a row,
right,
in the AFL and stuff like
different
that.
Different eras, right.
And just because it's different eras, we're even moving in a new era now that we see the mobile quarterback is the future of the NFL. Patrick Mahomes just won the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson just won MVP. So it's tough to compare these coaches in different eras, especially when we see all these great coaches, the Lombardis, Shula, George Halas, and all these coaches of days past. It's hard to compare coaches of today, but Andy Reid definitely is in the elites of NFL coaches.
Right. Well, getting on with the Super Bowl, 49ers had the game. They had it. Unfortunately, some things didn't go their way, and momentum shifted, and the Kansas City Chiefs ended up taking it. Would you guys say, hats off to the Kansas City Chiefs. They showed heart, especially Patrick Mahomes. He carried them. He did everything he could, and it paid off at the end. Would you guys say 49ers lost this, and why? Was it a poor clock time management? What exactly do you guys feel, obviously the Chiefs won the game, but do you guys feel kind of 49ers let up? Brian, what do you think exactly?
I think when it comes down to it, when the going gets tough, Jimmy Garoppolo is not Tom Brady, and he does not have the field management skills of Tom Brady. And in a lot of the Super Bowls we've seen Tom Brady win, he's come from behind at the end, and he's engineered that comeback. But Jimmy Garoppolo didn't need to do that. And I'm sure if we saw the Patriots, they would not have lost that game up 10, 7 minutes left. But I think at the end of the game, the quarterback sort of switched roles. The first part of the game, Patrick Mahomes didn't look very good. He was missing passes all over the place, threw 2 interceptions, and then he kicked it into gear in the fourth quarter. And I think the 49ers gave up a little bit. They thought they had it in the bag, and the Chiefs didn't give up, and that's why they won the Super Bowl.
Well, as you guys can imagine, I feel very strongly about this game because I had a lot riding on it, and I lost a lot, including my dignity,
right,
and some of my face because of that pie that Brian threw at me. But listen to me, San Francisco absolutely lost this game. In the fourth quarter, with just over 7 minutes left, they had a 96% chance to win, and they blew it. There were multiple moments in this game that if it has gone the other way, just due to chance, if it had gone any other way, 49ers would have locked this one up. From Jimmy Garoppolo missing that deep shot to Emmanuel Sanders, from him missing those short shots over the middle to Greg Kittle, from the pass interference getting called on Greg Kittle at the end of the first half, to the horrible mismanagement from Kyle Shanahan. So many things that could have gone different from the San Francisco 49ers. And the crazy thing is that Jimmy Garoppolo outplayed Patrick Mahomes for 90% of the game. Patrick Mahomes probably had the worst first half of his career.
Right.
you couldn't have asked more of the Chiefs if you're that San Francisco 49ers. You couldn't have asked for a better situation. You're up 20-10, and if that pass interference doesn't get called on Greg Kittle, you're at least going into halftime with 23-10 and a lot more momentum than you had.
13-10, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes had just scored 10 points going into the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left. That never happens to the Chiefs.
Right. And if
I'm very upset about this, guys.
you know, Kansas City Chiefs, I had a feeling. They became the aggressors towards the end. The 49ers kind of let up. They started being conservative. They got away from the run game, which really opened up their play action and was really put them in the position to have that 20-10 lead. So they should have just kept running it. You know, some of the play calls were a little iffy, and what were you saying? Like Jimmy Garoppolo missed a few passes here and there that could have really put this game out of reach. And going back to the defense, if they would have not have given up that 3rd and 15, we wouldn't be talking about the Chiefs winning it right now.
If Patrick Mahomes misses that 3rd and 15, game's over.
Game's over. Exactly.
They got lucky.
Yeah, it was just a perfect disaster. And the
Lucky
Chiefs,
for that coverage alone.
the Chiefs, all playoffs have come back from behind, and they did it in ridiculous ways. And when you face a juggernaut offense just like that, you cannot let up at all. You cannot let your foot off that pedal because they're going to come back storming. And Patrick Mahomes showed, you know, pure heart, and hats off to him. He took advantage of it. And, you know, the 49ers got a little bit cocky at the end, you know, with all of them posing for that picture after they got that second interception. There's still plenty of football left. Everybody knows, you know, you never know. It's a momentum game. It takes, you know, one possession here, one possession there, you know.
Yeah, and the run game is what got them to the Super Bowl in the first place. And so you don't quite understand why they refused to go back to it. They ran for over 100 yards in the first half, and they got next to nothing in the second half.
See, I think that, like Sergio mentioned, when there's an elite quarterback on the other side, you don't take your foot off the gas. And we all say that, oh, Aaron Rodgers, who's never out of the game. Tom Brady, never out of the game. I think we've got to put Patrick Mahomes in that conversation. He's never out of the game. The Chiefs are never out of the game because they have Tyreek Hill. And believe it or not, Sammy Watkins was their leading receiver in the playoffs. But when you have guys like Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill, not to mention Mecole Hardman, one of the fastest guys in the league, the Chiefs are never out of the game. And an unmentioned star in the game, probably should have been MVP in my opinion, Damian Williams, ran for 104 yards, receiving touchdown and a rushing touchdown. First player in NFL history to have 100 rushing yards and a receiving touchdown in the Super Bowl. Wow. And he has the Chiefs' record for most combined receiving and rushing touchdowns in the playoffs. Very good player. And I think the Chiefs came back and won that game. I think at any point when a team's winning and they take their foot off the gas, start playing cover 3, you could say, oh, they need to be more aggressive. But then again, Jimmy Garoppolo didn't look good. He was throwing, or at the end he threw that interception, but they were in panic mode at that point. But Jimmy Garoppolo didn't look very good to say they need to keep their foot on the pedal. And Jimmy Garoppolo throws an interception. Mozart fumbles. Who's to say if they keep pushing the pedal, they don't lose still?
Jimmy still looked way better than Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes was clearly nervous. He was clearly letting
until
his
the
nerves.
end of the game.
Yeah.
Until the end of the game.
Oh, it took him 3.5 quarters to do that.
They won the football game. It doesn't matter. He scored 3 touchdowns, or they scored 3 touchdowns in the last part of the game. That's all that mattered.
Ridiculous.
I agree. 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes is not good. 49ers should have saw that coming after what happened to the Houston Texans, scoring a lot of points in a small amount of time. So I mean, there's obviously a lot of things I think Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers would have done differently, but have to try again next year.
Yep, it is what it is. The better team won. The Chiefs executed when they had to, and San Fran collapsed. Unfortunately, it's a heartbreaking loss for them. But hey, congrats to the Chiefs. You know, you won your first Super Bowl 50 years. It's been a long time coming. I never thought I'd be saying this because I'm a Broncos fan, but let's just hope it's another 50 years before you guys win another one. Okay, well, yesterday's game, obviously a lot of people were tuning in, other than the halftime show. For the commercials, there was some good, some bad, some ugly. So let's get down to that. What was your favorite commercial exactly?
I liked the Mountain Dew Zero commercial, featured Bryan Cranston, and let's take a look at it.
Come out, come out.
Here we see
Wherever
Bryan
you
Cranston
are.
obviously rolling up in very Shining-esque
Got new
thing.
Mountain Dew
I like
Zero
I
sugar.
like the part where he's
Same
gonna bust
refreshing
his head
taste
through.
as the original.
He hits the axe,
Plenty
puts
of
his head.
sugar.
It's 1-0. And I thought it was a good commercial. I enjoyed it.
It was pretty good.
It's like the most
I'm
mocked
thirsty.
movie of all time, The Shining.
Yeah, it really is.
Zero sugar.
Yeah, so that was a good one. I thought, and I'll have to go try it. I like Mountain Dew myself, and I don't
Who
think
doesn't?
it would be tough to have the zero sugar. I don't know if that'll be just as good, but you make a commercial like that, I gotta try it once.
I feel like that's the mountain that every soda company's trying to climb. Is your zero sugar drink as good as the original?
Right. I don't know if it's possible.
And if I'm drinking soda, sometimes you just know you drink your soda, it's sort of gonna destroy your body a little bit. So don't try to make my soda healthy. I'm gonna drink soda.
Here for
I
a
wanna
good time,
drink
not a
soda,
long
yeah.
time, yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's it for me on that one. What are you guys?
Commercial I picked, it's got to be my favorite one, is with Little Caesars, what they did with Dwight Schrute, aka less formerly known as Rainn Wilson, and his job. Let's see it.
Little Caesars delivery. That's the best
Yeah,
thing
so-
since sliced bread.
Little Caesars, when you're at a shop like Little Caesars, and you're talking about a pizza place that's the community college of the pizza world, that is the donut, the grocery store donut of the pizza industry, you gotta make moves. You gotta improve yourself. And when you make this commercial like this, we see Dwight Schrute doing all he can to get sliced bread back on the top of the world. Your business, business is going in the right direction.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, and I think that was a good way to sell it. Like you mentioned, nobody's going to Little Caesars for the best pizza in the world. Is it good? It's hot and ready. That's what they say about Little Caesars.
It's hot.
And now they have delivery, so it will be slightly less hot, but still ready.
It's ready.
It's ready.
It's for sure ready.
Well, the commercial I liked was the Mr. Planters, Baby Nut, Baby Peanut.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Not
peace.
anymore, I guess.
Not anymore, yeah. He resurrected, and my favorite part is, let's take a look at it actually before I spoil it.
Mr. Peanut, he spent his life bringing people together. I know he'd
Well,
be happy.
You see little Baby Nut here, just what is being born? Yeah,
Sprouting?
it's being sprouting. What do you call that? Yeah, exactly. And before that, you have Mr. Kool-Aid Man just crying. That was a nice touch.
Oh no, yeah.
My favorite part is when he starts doing all the dolphin noises. Everyone just seems so confused. And he's just kidding, and he's back. I thought that was a cute touch.
I
to
thought
it
it was Mr. Planner's offspring or something.
Yeah,
a little
I don't know.
I don't know
was-
how that works. I'm
I
not
don't
sure
know
how
that went.
peanuts sort of grow.
Reproduce.
Yeah,
Ask
I don't
Dr.
know.
Stern or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works, but the dolphin sound thing was funny. I think that got everyone a little thrown off there.
Right.
Got to give an honorable mention to the Loretta Google commercial and the Josh Jacobs ones. They got me tearing up.
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
say.
Yeah, that was really sad. Pulling the
Yeah.
heartstrings a little bit. Well, to say the least, I didn't think it was the best commercials, but that's my opinion. But since it was Super Bowl Sunday yesterday, we're going to talk about Super Bowl top 5 fails. And let's see what we got at number 5. Number 5, we got Tom Brady. He missed that pass by Danny Amendola.
Yeah, against the Eagles. And what makes it even worse, obviously, is Nick Foles catches that pass in the end zone off the Philly special. Most famous play from that Super Bowl, obviously, infamous in the city of Philly, and Tom Brady can catch.
It's after that. I was wondering if Giselle Bundchen was going to say, my husband can't catch the ball and throw the ball. Because, definitely can't catch the ball. We know that much.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Well, our number 4, unfortunately, we have our own Peyton Manning and Manny Ramirez, center. Manny Ramirez, high snap. It was way over his head. Let's see what we got going on.
Well, yeah, and this changed everything for the Denver Broncos on the first snap of the game, and we can't get that right. Come on, Broncos. Change the whole feel of the game, change the momentum right into the Seahawks. is favored. You know, it gets them a safety. It's down 2-0 in a Super
Oh
Bowl.
my
Who
God.
goes down 2-0 in a Super Bowl on
That-
the first play of the game?
That set the tone.
That was a
set
poor.
the tone.
I mean, that turned into an ugly, ugly game for the Broncos. But that definitely
Forgettable
set the tone.
one for sure.
Who, yeah, you thought Peyton Manning. It's gonna be a swan song with the Broncos there, and then snap goes over his head, goes for the safety, and the Seahawks pour it on the Broncos.
And,
He's sick.
Yeah, and the greatest offense of all time only puts 8 points up. So, but that's in the past, and we got
We're
what we
over it,
wanted.
sort of.
Well, let's go back to number 3, Leon Lett's fumble. Matt, you want to tell us more about this one?
Leon Lett's fumble. This seems to be like the most popular blunder that just people never learn from. We keep seeing it over and over again.
this day.
Leon Lett's fumble. He's got it. He's going to the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. What? No, not a touchdown. It's my man from the Bills come and swipes the ball away at the last second.
Never give
Props
up.
to him for that hard work. Leon Letts, you a dummy. Luckily for you, still won the game.
Yeah, the Bills were on a bad one there. That was in a series of losing four Super Bowls in a row there. That sucked for the Bills, but that was definitely an effort play from our Bills player there. And even it's tough to when you're a defensive lineman to know when not to hold the ball out there. But our next highlight, number 2 here, we see the Miami Dolphins kicker Garo Yepperman. The kick gets blocked. He tries to throw the ball forward, but he totally can't even hold on to the ball, and he like pushes it with like 2 hands, and then the Redskins get it and take it back.
Oh, man. Oh, that was painful to watch, but it was pretty funny. I'm sorry. And
Number 1 of my favorite highlight comes into the last play of Super Bowl 48. Malcolm Butler picks off Russell Wilson to finish the game.
should have ran the ball.
Hand the ball to
Should've ran
Marshawn
the ball.
Lynch. Please hand the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
Something that's
Awesome.
going to taint Pete Carroll for the rest of his career.
Awesome. Well, let's do our shout-outs real quick. That brings us to the end of our show. So we are going to give you guys our shout-outs, and then we'll see you guys next Monday. My shout-out is the Toronto Raptors for tying their franchise record of 11-game win streaks. Still proving everybody that they're still a championship caliber team, holding that second spot in the East. Fellas?
My shout out goes to Shakira for showing that in an increasingly dishonest world full of corruption and lies, she showed us that the only thing that lies less than ball is her hips. Ball don't lie, neither do Shakira's hips.
And my shout out is going to the great city of Kansas City, Kansas, often overshadowed Kansas City, Missouri. But
Shout
we
out
love
Trump.
you. Yeah, Kansas City, Kansas, man.
Barbecue.
Trump doesn't know the
This
difference.
one's for you. This
It's
one's for
okay.
you.
It's okay. Well, thank you guys for watching. It's always a pleasure, and we'll see you guys next Monday. Have a good week.